Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here. It is Tuesday the 8th of January. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Remember, the site's kept free of charge by you coming back, using the site, using the adverts that you see around the screen here, and by coming back and using the charts. That's what keeps us all completely free of charts. And of course, many of you now have become private clients as well, so thank you very much for that. All of it goes back into the site. It's a commercial activity, and we've got a plan for the site, and all the revenue that comes into it is ploughed back into the site to improving the charts and improving the products that we can offer to you. So thank you very much for doing that. Big story for tomorrow is going to be the fact that it's going to be turning cooler, and over the next few days it's going to be turning cooler. Heck of a mess this weekend in terms of the weather and the detail for the weather as well. And then big question mark over next week in terms of how cool it goes. There is a big possibility that actually it might just go mild, but at the moment the weighting is towards the idea of cooler, colder weather on the way, and I'll give you more information about that in just a moment. But first of all, let's just deal with today. We've got a front that's going eastwards during the course of today, bringing some outbreaks of rain across much of England and Wales. It's a very weak feature. It's weakening all the time as well, but behind it's introducing cooler air and some clearer skies as well. This is the forecast from the Herland model. This was for 3 o'clock this morning. Now, as we just go through the model here into this afternoon, notice these clear skies here, look, out towards the west, that are moving their way steadily eastwards. Now, during the course of this evening and overnight, those clear skies will make their way southwards through the country, and as they come through, we find some fog patches forming behind. So as skies clear and as temperatures fall, we get fog patches forming. Now the problem is that during the course of tomorrow we've still got some cloud across the southeast, look here, so no fog to worry about down there. It's here, these areas of cloud you can see marked on the chart here, really are highlighting areas where we could see some fog, and you'll notice how through tomorrow how they tend to linger around. Now this is from the Herland model. If we take a look at the from the NAE model, this is from weatheronline.co.uk, and it's the prediction from the Met Office NAE model, the high resolution model, for 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's trying to pick out where fog is. Now, models notoriously difficult to predict fog, but it gives us an idea as to where it is. And you notice how on the Herland model here and on the there we are, that's the prediction for 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, look, and on the NAE model, how they're basically highlighting similar areas, which is kind of in here as a risk of fog. And it looks as if there could be some pretty dense fog lasting through the day across parts of Ireland, across parts of the Midlands, and across the north and northwest, particularly of England, through the course of tomorrow. Where that fog clears, looks as if it will be a much brighter day. There'll be sunny spells and it should be dry as well, although it will be feeling much cooler than it has done recently. So as far as the rainfall and pressure forecast goes, this is from 7 o'clock this morning, 6 o'clock this morning, sorry. Here's the front moving eastwards during the course of today. You'll notice how weak it becomes, look, as it heads its way eastwards during tonight and into the early part tomorrow morning. Interesting to note that even by 6 o'clock in the morning, it's still kind of hanging around the southern coast, but elsewhere, look, you notice how clear the skies have become. Just one other thing to note, very strong winds across northern Scotland, some severe gales there blowing through Orkney and also Shetland. Now here we go, look, there's the high, and as we just go through the charts, look, there we go with the high building in. This is what brings the light winds and maintains the fog across northern parts of England and also parts of Ireland. And then overnight into Wednesday, into Thursday, well, much of the same really. The high pressure is still there, although the south tends to stay cloudy. I think we're going to be finding mist and fog becoming a problem again overnight into Thursday, probably more widespread across more southern areas of England, central England, northern England and Scotland as well. But late on in the night we find cloud coming through Ireland, through southwest England, and this will be bringing some outbreaks of rain by the morning to the southwest. And then through Thursday, well, rain is forecast to come across Ireland, Wales, central and southern parts of England during the course of Thursday, but many northern areas tending to stay drier and still some fog patches there. But notice this rain across central parts of Wales, across southern England, across Ireland is on its way in. And then that rain gradually clears towards the east and the south through Friday. As I said, getting some detail into this forecast really tricky from Thursday onwards, but looks as if we find generally quite cloudy skies for much of England and Wales, and fairly damp on Friday too. I think brighter skies developing across Scotland and northern England, but still plenty of mist and some murk there. And then as we head in towards Saturday, this area of low pressure we need to watch pushes rain eastwards. Now watch, as that pulls away towards the south, the winds come in from the east or the northeast. Now the problem there is that as those winds come through and as the rain clears away during Saturday evening, which it does so here, we could find that here, as colder air comes in, that this rain here turns into a period of possibly even snow. Perhaps a centimetre or two on the ground. We're looking about, I think at the moment, about a 20% risk of there being snow on Saturday evening overnight, somewhere in northern England, East Anglia, the Midlands, and just some wintry showers coming into Scotland. But it's something that we can't completely rule out. Now notice, I haven't said widespread snow, I haven't said blizzard conditions, so please keep calm about this. I'm just talking about rain turning to sleet and snow, which could give a covering. Then into Sunday, we find some rain turning to snow as it moves eastwards across northern parts of Scotland. Elsewhere down to the south, cloudier skies. I think still some rain or sleet across the southeast, but generally dry for much of northern England, the Midlands, and also parts of Wales too, but feeling much colder. Into Monday, well, we go back into a westerly flow through Monday, look, which is going against what many of the models were trying to predict, but we're going into a westerly flow. This, I think, brings cooler air down across the country again. Some outbreaks of rain. I think there'll be fairly cool conditions through Monday too, and I think that stays over into excuse me, into Tuesday. I think the potential on Tuesday for more persistent rain affecting these more southern parts of the country, perhaps with some sleet and snow over high ground, but I think a cold, cloudy day excuse me, across much of southern parts of England, and I think these far south parts of England probably it's sort of 8 degrees or so, whereas the Midlands, Wales, East Anglia probably nearer 3 or 4 degrees. Brighter and dry for Scotland and also far north of England. And then into Wednesday, what we're then going to find, I think, is that this area of low pressure slips back away towards the southeast. It then allows an east and northeasterly flow to come in, so we're back in the cooler weather. But we've got this battle taking place, and the dividing line is kind of here between warm air coming in from the Atlantic and cold air coming in from the continent, with a battleground towards the west of the UK. Now, in terms of rainfall, how much rainfall does that mean? Well, this is the rainfall prediction from the ensemble model for the next 5 days. So this has taken us up to Sunday, so up to the close of play Saturday into Sunday. You can see we've got sort of the 15 to 20 millimetre mark across many parts of England, Wales and Ireland. That looks about believable to me, sort of 10s to 15s further north. So it's below normal rainfall. And then we go dry, look, in this period from Sunday through to the 18th. So taking us through to next Friday as the cooler air tries to come in, much drier conditions there. And then heading into the last of the period from day 11 to day 15, which takes us through to the 23rd of January. So this is up to Wednesday the 23rd, and again you see little rainfall there. So there isn't actually that much rainfall around. The main unsettled period looks to be this weekend, although I have to caveat it by saying if this milder air does get in, it could be much wetter than is indicated at the moment by those charts. Okay, so let's think about what goes on a little bit further ahead, and I'm just going to get for you the city forecasts from the ensemble. There we go. I think this is about right. This is the GFS ensemble for London. Here's the mild weather today, look, but you see that fall off in temperature, and certainly a slight pickup here towards the end of the month. Now, if you've been watching the videos over the last few days, you'll know that this has been a pretty consistent theme from the forecasts during the last few days, that it's been predicting that this is the way that things would pan out. And if we look at the ensemble operational, it doesn't really tie up with that forecast. The ensemble operational wants to bring temperatures down, look, but then by the time we get into the 14th, so onto Monday, it tries to pick the temperatures back up again. So still cool, but tries to lift temperatures. Whereas if we look at the ensemble ECMWF ensemble temperature profile, it brings temperatures down, look, and then yeah, there's a little bit of a rise, but it tends to keep them fairly steady, very similar to the GFS ensemble. And I think this is the way that we're going to see things developing over the next couple of weeks. And it's just interesting to note as well from the CFS how that sees things. This is the mean temperature, so the mean maximum temperatures for week 2. So this is the week ending Monday the 21st. So from Monday the 14th to Monday the 21st, and you notice here, look, we've got sort of 1 to 3 degrees generally across the country. Here's the cold air, look, coming into Eastern Europe. If we go into week 3, then you'll be able to see here during this week, which ends on Monday the 28th of January, you'll be able to see here, look, we stay in these cold conditions. In fact, it's a little bit cooler, if anything. And if we just go on to week 4, then there it's still cool, but you notice temperatures come up a little bit. And into week 5, we're seeing a slight recovery in temperatures too. And it holds that way through much of February into just cooler conditions, although it tries to make it colder towards the end of the month. And it's interesting just to look at the temperature profile as well, just to see how it sees things. And this is the month going from now right the way through to the 21st of February. And if we just draw a mean line here through maximum temperatures, you'll notice that we get that sort of line going through. So it's picking out, look, it's picking out the idea that we go cool during the next week or two, and that's probably the coolest spell that we'll see. A slow rise in temperatures up till the beginning part of February, which could just briefly go mild for a few days, and then we stay cold through until the middle part of February before just nipping chillier again towards the end of the month. Now, I think that temperature profile probably is about right. I expect it probably to do something more like this. I think it'll go cool through to the beginning of the month, and then I think temperatures will pick up towards the end of the month. So my feeling at the moment is that we're in for a cooler spell for probably for a week or two, and then what we're going to find is that temperatures gradually will be picking up probably from around about the middle part of February. It's just interesting to see how this thing develops. So, of course, I'll keep you updated throughout the website. Lots of information just given to you, I know, once again. And thanks for putting up with it. Thanks for listening to my waffles. But for now, don't forget, sites get free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. By you coming back and using the adverts, that's what keeps us free of charge. So thank you for doing that. And for now, thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.